Hello, this is Kyle from Breqwatr. In this demo, I'll be showcasing Breqwatr's ability to host virtual customer premises equipment by setting up a FortiGate virtual machine and running it through a simple demo. The objective of this demo will be first to use the FortiGate router, as a router I should say, it is a firewall, and have a web request coming from a VM on our outside subnet into the inside subnet. And then once that works, I will have a DOS attack come from the outside subnet to the inside subnet, and it will be permitted. Then I will configure the FortiGate to block that attack, do the same thing, and show that it's been prevented. If you're wondering where these virtual machines have came from, how this project was created, or how any of the networks that I'm about to use came to be, there's a video that comes before this. I recommend you watch it. So to start, let's create the FortiGate virtual machine. There we go. And we'll give it a moment to provision. Once it's finished provisioning, I'm going to add network interfaces for both the outside and the inside network. And the inside network. The order that these show up inside the FortiGate appliance matches the order that they are added. Alright, now let's watch it start up. It's done already. Actually, I have to reboot it though because I did just give it 2 new interfaces. Alright, and let's watch it start up. It is really, really fast. Great. Alright, so I don't know how to set up DHCP on this, so I'm going to give it a static IP address. DHCP is not enabled by default on the router. So let's log in. The username is admin. I don't think there's a password. That's right. And the eval is not valid with more than 1 vCPU or 1024 RAM. So, whoops. Let's start over. I'm going to delete it. Create a new one. And name it. Start up so fast that I think I won't even cut this out, just to show how quickly we can do something like starting over. All right, re-add these interfaces, they'll be gone now. One and 2, just like that. And next up, I'm going to restart the machine again. There it goes. And now I'm going to console back in. It is super fast. So I'm in. The username was admin. No password. Great. And this time it's not complaining about having too many cores, which is the desired condition. So let's do a config system interface and edit port 1. Then we'll set IP 192.168.0. Now we do have port security turned on because this is a DHCP network. So let's find out what it tried to give it to. What IP it tried to give it. 0.31. 0.31 and something like that. Let's append allow access HTTP. I can get to the web server and end. There we go. So I should be able to do a execute ping 192.168.0.1, and I can. Wonderful. So that means I have the network configured. Let's go there in Chrome. So I'm going to open up my console. Go to 192.168.0. I've already forgotten. 31. Admin. Alright, and next, I'm going to set up the interfaces. So I'm going to go to Network and then Interfaces. And we can see here that we've got these 2 extra ports. So for each of those, I'm going to assign IPs and so on. So let's edit. Call you outside. And you can be 2168.40.41. Like that. And we will allow ping. And I'm not sure what the alias does, so I'm not going to do that. The comment will be outside. Alright, and enable that. There we go. And then we'll do this one. And .50 instead of .40. Okay, I'm just going to not put roles on them. Then call it inside. All right, so I should have interfaces now. Let's check that they work. So these are my IPs. I should be able to ping that one and 50.41. Good. And you can see the other ones weren't able to. That was expected because they're not on that subnet. So next up, I'm going to create a policy to allow traffic from VLAN A to VLAN B. So I'm going to go to Policy and Objects, then IPv4 policy. I'm going to create a new one. Call it outside to inside. The incoming interface will be port 2. The outgoing interface will be port 3. The source will be all. The destination can be all. The service can be all. The action will be accept. And we can turn IPS on. We'll come back to that maybe. All right. So now I should have this route outside to inside, except I don't have this route here. Because I'm not using this firewall as the default gateway, I have to statically add the route. So IP route add 192.168.5040.0/24 via 192.168.40.50.41. Just like that. Now if I do this, you can see that. And I should be able to now ping 192.168.50.112. And I can. So I should be able to. Now, on this, I'm going to do a TCP dump on a port, TCP port, HTTP. So if I do a curl, I can see that the traffic went through, which is great. So now, if I want to run a DOS attack, what I can do is something like this. Basically, I'm going to send a whole bunch of HTTP traffic. And this is syntactically wrong because I forgot the 80. There it goes. There. All right, 0% packet loss. Now, if I were to send it a little, I hit up. Okay, give it a moment. Now, if I were to remove this count and let it run a little longer, I doubt I'll get 0% packet loss. And that's probably good. That's all. 1% packet loss. So basically, the DOS attack is being allowed through unhindered. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the IPv4 DOS policy. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to say, coming in from port 2, any address, going to any address, any service, and let's just turn on blocking and just kind of enable everything. There we go. All right, I now have a denial of service policy enabled. So, if I go back and try this again, I got shut down. You can see that there is no crazy output here. It's dead in the water. If I try and cancel the attack, 99% packet loss. So you can see that on the Breqwatr Cloud Appliance, we have the FortiGate VM. It is acting as a router, and it is providing DOS protection. That was our objective, so concludes this demo.